Right now, as you watch this, the world is $300 trillion in debt. It's a number so massive, it's impossible to even visualize. Every newborn baby enters this world automatically carrying a $37,000 burden. However, the reality is much stranger than you think. Actually, there isn't one single address where this money is owed. The entire system is just one massive closed-loop cycle where everyone owes everyone else. So why do governments constantly borrow? It's simple. Tax revenue never covers the bill. Schools, highways, militaries. It's all funded by debt. Treasury bonds, those IOU slips, are marketed as the safest investment on the planet. Today, China, Japan, and even the retirement funds you contribute to are all links in this chain. You might not realize it, but that 401k or pension plan in your account is essentially a state debt certificate. You're the one lending the money, they're the ones spending it. Where does this $300 trillion actually come from? There are four main pillars. 1. Government debt, $88 trillion. The political chess moves countries play with each other. 2. Corporate debt, $87 trillion. The fuel for growth used by giants like Apple, Amazon, and Toyota. 3. Household debt, $59 trillion. Your mortgages, credit cards, and student loans. 4. Financial sector debt, $70 trillion. The endless, complex web of banks lending to other banks. Let's zoom in on the US for a second. The national debt is growing by $17,000 every single second. In the 5 minutes you've been watching this, America has borrowed another $5 million. If you combine the economies of Germany, Japan, the UK, and France, you still wouldn't have enough to pay off this mountain of debt. There's a popular myth out there. China bought America. It's completely wrong. China only holds a small fraction of US foreign debt, and they've been quietly selling it off. The interesting part? About 70% of that debt is held right at home by American pension funds and banks. Look at the big three: BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. Think of them as the real-world infinity stone collectors of finance. They're behind everything. They are major shareholders in companies from Apple to Microsoft. And simultaneously, they are the biggest buyers of the bonds those same companies issue. It's like being at a poker table, where the house is also one of the biggest players. The system is just a self-sustaining cycle, creating a massive concentration of power. So will this ever be paid back? Most economists will tell you no. Actually, the goal isn't to hit zero. The goal is to keep the debt to GDP ratio manageable. The US debt is about 120% of its economy. In Japan, that number is 260%. Japan is still standing, right? But here's where the danger starts. It happens when interest payments start eating your budget alive. In 2023 alone, the US spent $660 billion just on interest. That's an amount equal to Germany's entire federal budget. That's money that could have gone to infrastructure or tech, just disappearing into thin air. At that point, you're left with two options. Either print money and use inflation to quietly erase the debt, or suffer a total default like Argentina, which has happened 9 times in the last century. Default means everything stops. Complete chaos. Is it really going to collapse? We heard these same doomsday scenarios in the 70s, in 2008, and in 2020. Every single time the system found a way out, because the alternative is just too terrifying for anyone to actually consider. The entire global economy is built on this debt. In summary, why is inflation eating your paycheck? Why are home prices out of reach? It's all a byproduct of this machine. Understanding how it works means you stop reading the news like a spectator and start reading it like a player. You see the board clearly. My final question to you: is this debt a structural flaw, or is it a planned tension, the essential fuel that keeps the whole engine running? Some say it's a failure. Others say it's the only way the system can move forward. What do you think? Drop a comment below. I read them all.